Hi, it's Feras Riyal here with Remax at Team Feras Riyal. Thank you all for joining. And today's webinar is going to be about the 6 common mistakes that homeowners make when they move to a larger home and they upsize. Make sure you are mentioning in the chat, post in the chat any questions you have, or if you like our social media platforms, please, and tell us where you're joining us from. We're just going to discuss 6 common mistakes. It'll be a quick webinar. Don't forget, if you have any questions, you can always reach me direct at 647-383-7111. And today, what I'll be discussing is the 6 mistakes to avoid when trading up to a larger home. And unlike the experience of buying a first home, when you're looking to move up and already own a home, there are certain factors that can complicate the situation, which you need to consider. These issues must be taken into consideration before listing your home and putting it on the market. So there's not only the issue of financing to consider, but also you'll have to sell your present home at exactly the right time in order to avoid either the financial burden of owning 2 homes, or just as bad, the dilemma of having no place to live during the gap between closings. So today I will be discussing these 6 common mistakes that homeowners make when they move to a larger home. The knowledge of these mistakes and the strategies to overcome them or avoid them will help you make informed decisions before you put your existing home on the market. I'm just gonna quickly share my screen and okay, so hopefully you're seeing my screen at right now. So the mistake number 1 is not getting mortgage pre-approval. I'm just gonna quickly go over the 6 mistakes, and then I will dive into each and discuss in more details about each one. So mistake number 1 is not getting mortgage pre-approval. Mistake number 2 is, where is that? Let's go to the, sorry, I'm trying to get, okay. Mistake number 2 is failing to make necessary improvements on your existing home. Mistake number 3 is not selling first. Mistake number 4 is getting caught up in a real estate catch-22, which I'll be discussing shortly. Mistake number 5 is failing to coordinate closings. And finally, mistake number 6 is doing the house hunting on your own. So basically, these are the mistakes the 6 mistakes to avoid. And I'll just quickly summarize each and every one of them and how to avoid each and every one of them. So going back to mistake number 1, which is not getting mortgage pre-approval. So as you all know, even when you're a first-time buyer, you had to do a mortgage pre-approval. The same thing you have to do when you're moving to a larger home. You need to you need to get your finances in place, get your agent to give you evaluation of your existing home, so you know exactly or have a rough idea of how much your existing home is worth before starting and deciding on what price range you need to look at. So you need to consult your mortgage broker as well and your lending institution to know exactly how much you can afford on your next home. So with a pre-approval, if you have with a pre-approval in place, you also have an advantage when you are putting an offer on an existing property, because once you are putting an offer on another house and the seller knows that you are already pre-approved, it'll make your offer stronger and give you a better negotiation power. That was the first tip, discussing in details, which is the getting pre-approval on the mortgage. The second tip I wanted to discuss is making the necessary improvements on your existing home. So if you want to get like the more value for your house, obviously you need to do some touch-ups and minor fixes that are inexpensive. But these fix-up, even if you do have to make a minor investment, it will pay off at the end, because you want to do some fixes that will enhance it in the in the buyer's eyes. So basically, we discussed about these minor fixes in the past. Excuse me. And if you do not have enough cash to do these fixes, you might consider like getting an equity loan, which you can repay on closing. So that's the tip, mistake number 2, which is failing to make necessary improvements to your existing home. The mistake number 3 I wanted to discuss is not selling first. So you should plan to sell before you buy. This way, you'll not find yourself at a disadvantage at the negotiating table, and you feel pressured because you have not sold your existing home. So, and if you've sold your home, you can buy your next one with no strings attached. So if, for example, you got a tempting offer on your existing home and you haven't already found your next home, you can put a condition whereby it'll protect you. Your agent can put a condition to protect you should you have not sold your home first. The fourth tip we discussed is getting caught in what we call the real estate catch-22. So your biggest dilemma when buying or selling is not knowing what to do first. So we did discuss in mistake number 3 is not selling first. However, there are some programs like the ones we offer, which we guarantee the sale of your home even before you buy your next one. This way, you'll be stress-free whenever you put your home on the market. To learn more about our guarantee sale program, you can always reach me direct at 647-383-7111. Another mistake I wanted to discuss is failing to coordinate closings. You know, with 2 transactions involved, coordinating together, like the appraisers, the lawyers, the home inspectors, and the lenders. It involves a really you need to communicate effectively, and miscommunication can go up dramatically. So to avoid this logistical nightmare, make sure that you are always in contact, and your agent is always updating you and in constant communication with you along the process. And the final tip or mistake I wanted to discuss is when buyers they do the house hunting on their own. So the problem is that there is sometimes a discrepancy between our hearts and our bank accounts. So you drive by a home that you fall in love with, and at the end you find out either it's sold or it's way above your expectations. So we have developed a program for our VIP buyers, which is the house hunting service. This way, all the criteria of that you are looking for in a home, we take it from you. There's around over 40 to 50 different criteria we can plug in our system and make sure that we are only putting in what matches your ideal or dream home. This way, you always receive homes that match exactly what you're looking at, and you get up-to-date listings, and more importantly, you get listings that are not available online or not yet on the market. So make sure you're always not doing the house hunting on your own. Your agent is providing you with the listings that match exactly what you're looking for. These are the six mistakes I wanted to share with you today. And again, I'm going to go over them briefly and just recap those 6 mistakes together. I'm going to share my screen one more time. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So what are those recap of those 6 mistakes to avoid when upsizing to a larger home? Mistake number 1 is not getting mortgage pre-approval. Mistake number 2, failing to make necessary improvements. Mistake number 3 is not selling first. Mistake number 4 is getting caught up in the real estate catch-22. Like we said, what should I do, buy first or sell first? If you opt for our guarantee sale program, this way you have peace of mind. Whether you're buying or selling, it wouldn't matter. And mistake number 5 is failing to coordinate closings. And finally, again, mistake number 6 is doing the house hunting on your own and not involving your real estate agent. That is 6 mistakes and brings us to the conclusion of today's webinar. Hope you have taken some valuable tips out of this. Again, if you would like to more information about our programs, or if you'd like to reach me direct, you can always call me at 647-383-7111. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of the day. And thanks again.